When you're first getting into online dating, it can feel pretty daunting when you start to think about getting high quality photos. I know for me, I had a lot of self doubt thinking I wasn't attractive enough or I wasn't photogenic enough. I didn't know how to pose. I just don't take good quality photos. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to get started. And this prevented me from really taking much action until 2022. I got divorced in 2018. And so for those 4 years, I had a profile, but I didn't maximize it at all. I didn't really have much abundance from online dating. And that was a lot of missed opportunities of dates and who knows who knows who I would have met in that time. So having these mindsets really prevented me from taking much action. But as I'll show you in this video, getting photos is not as difficult as you think. Let's go over why it is important to have quality looking photos. So for those of you who are not aware, there are typically 6 to 10 times more men than women on dating apps. Girls have tons of abundance in real life, so most of them do not need to go on dating apps. And the ones that are on there will have, 50 new likes every day, tons of messages all the time. So they can afford to be very picky. They can decide within a microsecond if they're going to swipe left on a guy. So this is why it's vitally important to have a proper photo for your first picture, because you want the girl to continue through to see if she wants to match with you or not. Girls will judge you on your worst photo. Like it or not, that's the way it is. They have so much options. They have so much abundance that if they have one photo that they don't like, if it doesn't line up, they'll just swipe left immediately and then you never get the chance to meet them. This is why guys get frustrated with dating apps. They think it's rigged against them, but they're probably just not doing the right actions. They probably have photos that are subpar, that make them blend in with everybody else. So one mindset I want you to internalize is that I want you to think of your profile as your brand. What are you communicating to the women that see your profile? Do you come across as fun, social, confident, energetic, masculine? Do you seem like the kind of guy that this girl would want to meet for a date and have a fun experience with? Or are you doing the opposite, where you come across as low effort, boring, antisocial, don't have a lot going on for you? The way that you present your profile does tell a story, and this is going to be how a woman decides if she wants to meet up with you or not. Whether you like it or not, online dating is based off your photos. You can have an amazing bio, but if your photos aren't living up to the hype, you're not going to get the results you want. If you put up average effort or low effort, you're going to get below average or average results. So I want you guys to think of this as your brand. Do you want to be the kind of guy that puts forth a lot of effort? It's clearly on display that you took the time to get quality photos. Think of it as this, and I think it'll help you kind of internalize that how important it is to get these photos done. Having said all that, I don't want you guys to wait to take action. Don't wait till everything is perfect. This prevented me for 4 years before I took any real action. I kept telling myself, I need to lose more weight first. I need to get more muscular at the gym. I need to wait until I know how to pose correctly. All these little weasels telling me I got to wait until I'm perfect. And it didn't get me anywhere. It didn't help me improve. And actually, once I started building momentum and started taking quality photos, it motivated me to get even better photos, to continue to improve, to start taking action when I travel, to try to build an Instagram, a dating profile that was always getting better and better. It doesn't have to be perfect when you start, but you have to actually start before it can start to get perfect. Zig Ziglar or Jim Rohn has that saying, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. So don't wait around until you feel ready. Go out, take this advice as I'm going to show you. Go out with a friend and just get some photos. They don't have to be perfect right away, but anything is going to be better than nothing. A lot of the times we're probably going to get a photo that's better than what you already have, and you'll start to build the experience of how you can start to get these pictures wherever you go to, and you can train somebody on how to do it. It's not that difficult. So don't wait to get started. Don't have to be perfect. Just get going. It'll motivate you to start improving your style, to get better photos, to build a more interesting lifestyle. You'll see like, oh, I got a great photo here in Minneapolis. I can't wait until I travel to Spain or wherever to get another great photo. And you'll start standing out. It'll build your momentum. So don't wait. I'm not going to go over the types of photos to get in this video. You can watch the video here. You can check out the blog at johnnykenhammer.com. I go over examples of photos that you want to avoid, the ones that are very common that are going to make you just blend in with everybody else. And then it goes over types of photos that you can get. So that'll give you some video ideas. This video is specifically going to be about how to go out and get the photos. All right, now that we've covered all that, let's get into one of the most important aspects when taking photos, and that is to include movement. We want our photos to look candid, like this was just a moment in time captured by a friend or family member. One of the biggest sticking points I see when I'm reviewing profiles is that outside of the selfies, the low effort stuff, is a lot of the photos look very posed. There's no movement. It looks like this was specifically a photo shoot. You went out with a friend or your parent and they just took the first photo they could get. So with movement, it's going to show you as looking more confident. It does look like this just happened to be captured. So let's go into some ways that you can display movement. I'm going to put a clip at the end of this segment here of us doing a photo shoot with my friend, how he's moving back and forth, constantly taking photos. You'll see that I'm only using an iPhone, but you can just see that his movement is allowing us to get several different angles and versions of a photo. It's not just him posed against a railing, one and done. So some ways that you can go about getting movement into your photos is walking naturally back and forth, just kind of swaying on your weight, messing with your, rubbing your hands, touching your watch, drinking some coffee. I think it's great when you can have a friend with you that you can get pictures of you guys laughing together. Because laughing is very authentic. If you can make your friend laugh and then capture that, it changes the entire situation of the photo. It's no longer a canned smile. It is in the moment. You are laughing. You found something funny. It makes a world of difference. It's not that difficult to get. You just go out with a friend. If you have two people, one to take a photo, and then one to sit next with you, you can get a good vibe going. You can make each other laugh, put each other at ease, take pictures with each other so everybody feels involved. You're not embarrassed about anything. And it's one of the best things that I found to get your photos to look very candid, even though these are absolutely staged.
Austin Dunham said.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of move your arms, just keep looking side to side. And then
My left or my right or
we'll try multiple sides. Yeah, so just
hands
keep
out of my
walking
pocket.
back.
Hands out of my pocket.
Yeah, hands in my pocket. Just like, yeah, move this
Button or not?
Yeah, but just do it one. When you are going out, we want to make sure that we're taking hundreds of photos. This is not just go out to a location, you take one or two photos and you're done. To get candid looking photos, you have to take hundreds of photos while you're moving back and forth. When a model goes to a photo shoot, she doesn't just show up for 10 minutes, takes 5 photos and then leaves. They're there all day, taking hundreds, even thousands of photos to find one good one. All we need is one. We don't need 100 photos from one location. We just need one great one that we can edit. And then, you have this for 3-4 years. You never have to upgrade it unless you want to, which is where the momentum comes in. Now, because you have this good photo, you realize it didn't take as long as you thought. You can continually upgrade as you go. But when you're doing these photo shoots, make sure you are taking hundreds of photos, as many as you can, until you think that you've got some decent ones. We don't want to just show up, take one photo, and then we bounce out. It's not going to end up as well. The odds of you getting one great photo, taking 2 or 3 photos is very low compared to if you are taking, 50 to 100. So volume is key. The reps are everything. Fail fast. Just take a bunch of photos. Some of them are going to turn out like garbage, but you just need one good one. So keep that in mind as well. All right, the next thing to be aware of is that lighting and angles play a huge role in how your photos are going to turn out. If you have photos where the lighting is bad, there's shadows on your face, it could make you look older than you are, it could make you look tired, it could make you look creepy. So we want natural lighting. The best time to actually get photos outside is at golden hour. So this is in the earlier morning or the early evening as the sun is coming up or sun is going down. This is perfect lighting, good opportunity to take these outside photos at a monument or somewhere nearby that's interesting. Make sure you are facing the sun. So we want as much light on our face as possible. This goes for if you're taking photos in a nice restaurant or a well-lit bar. If there's a window, you want the sun coming in towards your face. But make sure that you are getting very clear light on your face. We want to see you. We want you to look as attractive as possible. And when you have bad lighting and you have bad shadows on your face, you can probably tell by this video, the lighting is not as good as it could be. And it's not as high quality as it could be because of that. So lighting is absolutely important. Do the best you can to get photos at the right times. Angle also plays a huge role as well. If you're taking photos from below where it looks like it's going up, you're going to come across as maybe intimidating. It could look a little awkward. It could look like you're hovering over the photos. It's not as ideal. If you're taking photos from above, it's going to make you look much smaller than you are. It's going to make you look short. And girls notice this stuff. Girls are masters at angles, angles, lighting. They'll take hundreds of selfies to get the right angle of everything. So, all right, this is an important fact I want you to take to heart. You do not need a fancy camera to go out and get good photos. The way that iPhones are now, Androids, whatever, the camera quality is so good, you could go out at any time, put your phone in portrait mode, and go out and do an amazing photo shoot. All the photos that I have on my dating profile were all taken on an iPhone. I don't have professional photos at all. My friends and I just went out. We incorporated these steps of good lighting, movement, and taking a lot of photos to get a proper online dating profile going. So you don't need any fancy equipment. You don't need to wait until you get the new Canon SR50. Just go out with a friend with your iPhone. You want to put it in portrait mode. This is going to put the center of attention on you. It'll kind of blur the background a little bit. The camera quality is amazing. You don't need more than that. When you are taking photos, use grid lines. You want the rule of thirds. So you're either on the left, the right, or the middle. You want to make sure you're in these dimensions. So that will play a huge difference. But don't not take action. I don't know if I said that right. By waiting for the perfect equipment. Just go out with your friend, start taking some photos. These things don't have to be perfect. Like I said, we're just trying to build momentum. Go out, dress pretty nice, get some good lighting, and just mess around. Take 100 photos of you and your friend just sitting at the park doing something interesting. You don't need to have any high quality equipment. iPhone is great. So that's the other tip. All right, another important thing to take note of is that your style is much more important than you think. We are in this to get as many dates as possible. We are men. We want to date attractive women. The better quality photos we have, the better style we have, the more likely we are to get these results. You don't have to just date every girl that comes along, but if you want to get a good relationship, you want to choose from the best girls. So this is why we're doing it. And style 100% does play a factor in this. So things to be aware of is that you want your clothes to fit you properly. We don't want to wear baggy dad jeans. We don't want to be wearing bulky sweatshirts. We want to look like we're put together. We're in our 30s, 40s, 50s. We want to look like we know what we're doing, like we are successful, like a girl would want to be part of our life. So we're not going around wearing SpongeBob shirts or Dragon Ball Z. I've seen these plenty of times on the profile reviews. We want to come across as a guy that is in control of his life, more masculine. So some of the ways that you can do this, you don't need to go buy name brand stuff. You don't have to go get Gucci t-shirts. You don't have to wear a suit in every photo. But make sure your clothes are fitting properly. A well-fitted t-shirt, clean shoes, jeans that are probably slim fit. We don't want them super baggy. If you have a suit, get it tailored to fit your body. It makes a world of difference. But your style does play a role. So make sure that the outfit that you choose, we want a different outfit for each environment that we're at, but make sure that your style matches that environment. So as I mentioned earlier, we don't want a suit pick in the woods or in the forest or next to just a boring house. We want to be in a classy bar or a restaurant. We want to be outside near a fountain or in a business district. If we're wearing a leather jacket, we don't want to be sitting near the pool. If we have a t-shirt on, we don't want to be outside in the snow. Like make it match your environment. Make sure your shoes are clean. Get your haircut done a couple days in advance, styled. We want to look as good as possible. We want to maximize our results. That's why we do this. We're not doing this for average results. If we wanted average results, we could just post the photos that we have, get the shitty matches that we don't want, get on these dates that we're not that interested in. Do whatever you can to get as high quality photos as possible. And style plays a role in that. So I won't go over that anymore. If you want any help with style, you can email me, johnnykenhammer.com or at johnnykenhammer.com. I can give you some tips. I'm not a style expert by any means, but there are things that you could do that will just make you look more attractive. Most guys put zero effort into their photos. They don't put any effort into their style, and it shows, and they're going to get average or below average results. So style plays a huge factor. Hopefully that imparts that to you. Make sure your clothes match the environment. All right, now that we've gone over all that stuff, that is really how you're going to go about getting proper photos. It's not as difficult as you think. Like I said, portrait mode on your phone, movement, have your friend take the photo of you, bring a friend with you so you can look natural, you can laugh, you can have a good time together. We're trying to capture moments in time. The importance of these photos is because, one, it shows that you took the time to get photos and you care about how you're presenting yourself to the world. Most guys don't consider themselves a brand when they're on Tinder or Bumble. They just put forth any low effort photo they can get so they can get on the apps as quickly as possible. And then rather than adjust or to continually improve their profile over time, they go to Reddit, they complain, they blame women, they blame the apps, they say it's all broken, it's pay to play. And none of that's true. It's just that they didn't want to take the time to go through this and put in the amount of effort that's required. Your pictures are your brand. It does tell a story. It's getting the girl thinking in her head, do I want to meet up with this guy? Does he seem like the kind of guy I would want to be a part of his life in some way? Like I said, girls will, within seconds, decide if they want to go on to the next photo of yours or not. So if your first photo is not quality, you can check out that post I made before. She'll decide in a second, left, 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 left. I think most guys lose a majority of any girls that they would be interested in even seeing the rest of their profile within that first two photos. First one might be okay, second one's bad, they're done. So your worst photo plays an impact. Girls will judge you on your worst photo. And if you're not putting forth the effort to get quality photos, any bad one could just ruin the whole thing. So the importance of this is we want our photos to look quality. We want the girl to see them and start asking herself, does this guy seem like a guy that I would want to meet? Girls that are very attractive, that are on the apps, have plenty of options. They can swipe all day and never run out of people to meet, to message, to do all this stuff. And if you're wanting to get the youngest, hottest girls on dating apps, you need to stand out in some way. It's not that difficult. Most guys will put forth very little effort. They're never going to go watch this kind of video. They're never going to go actually out with a friend and do it. They're just going to watch it, or they're going to be on Reddit. They're going to say it's broken, and then nothing happens. And then the girls upset about it too. Girls are upset when they're not getting quality matches or quality guys to go out on dates with. And the guys that don't put forth any effort on a dating profile, you think they're going to be able to have effort on a date? They couldn't even take the time to come up with a decent picture to display. So that's the importance of the photos. I hope this kind of illustrates, things that you can do to get a better dating life. I just want to emphasize that the reason I got into online dating was because I wanted to date hot women. I wanted to maximize my dating results. I eventually probably do want to get married again. I do want to find a girl that I will be with long term. And I'm not going to just find that with low match rates, low abundance. I want to choose from the best girls possible. So the more matches I can get, the more likely I am to find that right person. So take that stuff seriously. If this is something that you've been struggling with, if you're not sure what kind of photos to get, if you want some feedback on the profile that you do have now, hop on a profile review with me. We'll break down everything. I'll go through your photos. I'll give you some suggestions. I'll help you with your texting if you're struggling with that. We'll get you in a place to where you can actually start to get the results that you want. Dating is not broken. Dating apps are not broken. All the women on dating apps are not trash. You just might not be matching with the right ones. And that probably could come down to many things, but in a majority of the cases that I see, it becomes clear that you're not branding yourself correctly the right way. You're not branding yourself to the girls that you want to meet. So hop on a profile review. You can do that. Check out the Johnny Kendhammer website. I got plenty of breakdowns on there of texting. I did that blog post about proper photos that you can get. I'm continually updating that with field reports to help you with your dating life, all that stuff. I hope that was helpful for you. I know it can be daunting to go out, get these photos, especially if you don't have friends that want to go do it or you're embarrassed to ask them about that. So if that is your issue, hop on a call. We can discuss that. We can figure out what to do with that situation. But don't let inaction stop you from getting dates. Online dating is one of the fastest, easiest ways to get on dates, to start building your dating life. You'll get that practice you need to stop feeling needy, to stop feeling um, like you're lacking women in your life. You start getting a couple dates a week, or if you haven't been on a date. I saw on Reddit this guy hasn't been on a date in 5 years. In 5 years, he's had every date he's set up. The girls have canceled. This is the first date he had set up in 6 months, and she canceled. And rather than probably watching a video like this or taking action, he's on Reddit complaining about it. 5 years is a long time to waste. Don't waste any more time. It's very fixable. There's absolutely things you can do that will improve your dating life. I will leave it there. I hope that stuff's been helpful for you. You can follow me on the YouTube lives. I do a lot of profile breakdowns on there as well, trying to give guys as much advice as I can, because it is possible to change this. You don't have to stay stuck. If you're staying stuck, there's probably things that you could be doing that you're not doing. So let's identify what those things are and help you with that. All right, that's it for now. Peace.